Connecting. Yo, what's going on, everybody? I know you see the title of the video. Ynw Melly be his case. Well, one of them. So, yeah, let's just jump straight to it. Make sure you got something rolled up. Make sure you got some popcorn. Bring your loved ones around. And, come on, gang. It's time to get into this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, Ynw Melly just beat his witness tampering case.
Okay, so
now you don't have to crash to get cash. And if you've heard about people making money off their phones, it's most likely through this app called Free Cash. If you go and download it and set up an account through MyQ, will break the news on Twitter stating Ynw Melly's witness tampering trial was set to begin today with jury selection. The state dropped the charges.
The state dropped the charges. Oh man. I don't even want to say that's crazy, but that usually means if the state dropped the charges on a witness tampering too, which is kind of like crazy. Since they dropped the charges, they might have some other evidence that they're gearing up to for the murder trial. So, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Of course, it's a good thing though, because if you're fighting a murder case and you got witness tampering, and if you do if you lose the witness tampering, you're gonna look more than guilty for the murder. So it's a win, but there might be a cost. There might be a cost to it.
These charges stemmed around allegations that Melly, through other inmates, convinced girlfriend Mariah not to cooperate in the murder trial. Reminder, the retrial on the double murder charges is set for next year. Do y'all know?
Next year? We just hit 2027 in the trial for the murder charges is for next year.
How big of a fucking victory this is, right? Because understand this with Florida law. Any crime punishable by life, death, etc. Anything you do to fuck that case up is also punishable by whatever the punishment is for the original crime.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Witness tampering in a punishable by life or death case, witness tampering is now punishable by life or death. This right here,
you got life or death,
was their backup plan to put Melly in prison for life or in an execution chamber. This right here was what the fuck they were trying to use if they couldn't bag him on the murder. And the thing is, it's almost like they doubled the odds, because it's like, boom, we're gonna hit him with witness tampering, and if we can smoke him on that and smoke him on the murder, that's a double life sentence. They really tried to double that shit up. Now let's break down the paperwork just so y'all can see exactly what the accusations were. Now this is the Broward County Criminal Clerk website, and as you can see, in 2023 he was charged with tampering, which is a felony, life, or a capital punishment, directing the activities of a criminal gang, criminal sedition to commit murder, and conspiracy to tamper with a witness on a capital felony. Now let's go all the way down to the paperwork. Now before I start this reading, let me just take a sip of the coffee.
Shout out 1090 Jake.
Tastes like victory. I want y'all to know I literally crawled out of bed and just sat right here. This is how much I fuck with y'all. I crawled out of bed, came right to the studio. On or about April 10th, 2023, continuing through and including July 22nd, 2023, Jamel Demons, along with others, did then and there unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward other person with the intent to cause or induce something, to withhold testimony. All right, this is just the BS thing. Where's the actual breakdown? Okay, this is important. We're just gonna jump straight down to the bottom, right over here. So Blank sent screenshots of an Instagram conversation to Detective Moretti showing that Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, while he was out on bond the first time, had engaged in some communication with Miss Blank. Now, Miss Blank told Bortland that if Blank told on Melly, he would be getting the death penalty, and that Melly hypothetically told her everything. Miss Blank continued on, stating she didn't tell them people what he told her, or there would never be any getting out for him, but since all y'all gunning for her and she's scared for her life. On April 10th, 2023, the first trial of Jamel Demons commenced before the Honorable John Murphy. The trial resulted in a hung jury and the case was rescheduled. Now I got this one zoomed in like crazy because there's phone numbers and I don't want to have to blur it out. I want to fire this content off as fast as I can to get it to y'all, right? Detective Garrett Steele was assigned to this investigation regarding witness tampering in September of 2023. Detective Danny Polo became involved in the criminal case regarding Jamel Demons in February of 2022 when contacted to review documentation to determine whether or not Demons was a criminal gang member. Separately, Detective Polo had previously conducted an investigation into James Howard under a different case number. James Howard is currently incarcerated at the Broward County Main Jail and has been in the custody of the Broward Sheriff since 2020. James Howard is currently being prosecuted by the Office of the Statewide Prosecutions for one count of conspiracy to commit racketeering. As part of the investigation, Danny Polo periodically monitored the jail calls of James Howard. Each inmate is assigned a particular number and PIN code to access the recorded and monitored jail phone system. Jamel Demons does not have phone privileges due to disciplinary actions while in custody. Detective Polo, while monitoring the calls of James Howard, heard discussions about Howard communicating with Mr. Demons and passing messages. These phone conversations then led to Detective Polo requesting the calls. So basically, Detective Polo is supposed to be like the gang fucking whatever, right? Like he's supposed to know who's who, what's what, this, that, blah. And clearly he watches a lot of YouTube and shit, you know? So somebody that's in there for racketeering has to be in the same dorm as Melly, was letting Melly either use the phone or was just passing messages allegedly for Melly, right? And this is a normal fucking thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if you can't get on the phone and someone else has minutes, you fucking do that. But because it's Melly and you know, Buddy's in there for racketeering, this other dude, the detective, wanted to further investigate. Now, the numbers that were being used would come back to a list of people. Like I said, I can't show the list because I don't want to have phone numbers on my YouTube channel, but it would come back to a list of people all relating to Melly. Now, inmate Terrence Mathis made more than 60 phone calls to Bortland between March and August of 23. Mathis is currently awaiting trial for first-degree murder. Mathis has been in the Broward County Sheriff's Office since 2018. Now, Melly has developed a sophisticated system to communicate with individuals outside of the Broward County Jail, including his co-defendant, Bortland. On the main jail camera, Unit 5C, Unit 2, August 21st, 2023, starting at 17:11 hours and ending at whatever the fuck, Melly is speaking to an inmate from his cell that was in the day room for his timeout. During the conversation, you can notice Melly motioned towards the adjacent unit. The inmate who he was speaking to then points towards the same unit to confirm what Melly was referring to. Melly tosses what appears to be a note/letter under his door. That inmate would grab what appeared to be the note. He would toss what appears to be the notes under the door that led into the other unit. Melly appears to be instructing the inmate to call for someone from the other unit, and the same inmate would pick up the note and is seen speaking to Melly about it. Melly instructs him to toss it back in the other unit. So, for those not understanding what's going on, it's common to write kites, right? Like little notes, letters, what's up, your boys are over there, what's good, bro? Yeah, I'm holding it down. Yo, send me some books, send me some whatever. This is just like simple communication, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, before there was phones, what did everyone do? They wrote letters. Well, that's how it is in there, same shit. So what Detective Danny Polo decided to do was start a whole new investigation based off note passing and phone calls, right? Could have simply been asking for fucking soups, could have simply been saying what's up to somebody, you know, because they cut off Melly's communication for a while. So this man started an entire investigation leading to a new trial just over this, right? And for some reason, he's just appointed as the gang master of Broward County.
So what I want y'all to realize too, when all this happened, if I'm not mistaken, they took away his phone privileges like at the beginning of his case. Like, and he's been locked up for some years now. So I'm not gonna lie to you. To be in prison and being there for years, you ain't even done your trials yet. Anything. They're not giving you correct information on shit. They're trying to hide you away from the world. And you can't even hit up your people on the outside to let them know you're okay or to even get you some food or anything for years. Hell yeah, I'll be passing notes too. Come on now. Come on now. Someone got to know I'm straight. I need something like what? That's crazy.
Even down here in this paperwork, based on Detective Steele and Detective Polo's experience working investigations involving the introduction of contraband, the conversation was immediately identified as the subjects conspiring on how they would smuggle drugs in. Then these two gang detectives would conduct an interview with a gang member. The subject stated Melly was controlling and facilitating the introduction of drugs laced paper into the jail. The subject also stated in the last 2 months he had personally purchased narcotics laced from Melly. The subject stated that the narcotics laced paper was being introduced to the jail in mail in the form of legal documents from attorneys. And then it's got blood gang background shit. So then again, it's gonna break down all these different hoods under the UBN: 9 Trey, 1-8 Trey, Gangsta Killer Bloods, Valentine Bloods, Bloodstone Villains, Sex Money Murder, Murderous Mad Dogs, Mad Stones, 5-9, Hit Squad, a whole bunch of shit. So the most prominent hoods are NTG, GKB, SWM. This is all like old shit and Googleable shit, you know? Like, you don't have to be a fucking gang detective to fucking figure this out. And again, this is gonna be breaking down the hierarchy of the UBN, the Godfather, the whole lineup of the gang, the high, the low, the fifth, the third, the second, the first, the scraps. You know, they're trying to really make this a gang thing. That's what they were trying to do. And again, if you can take a crime and add on a gang to it, right? An extension to that crime is he's a fucking gang member. The punishment is even worse. And that's what they were trying to do in the murder.
And usually, if you don't know, I'm gonna put y'all on with gang enhancements. Let's say you let's say you do an armed robbery, all right? And then they're like, all right, we're gonna throw him a 5 to 8. You feel me? All right, so you could be in there, you could get out in probation in as soon as 5 years, or you could do all your time all the way to the end till 8 years, you know, or good behavior depending on what state you in. Sometimes you don't got to do all that time. So let's say boom, you do that armed robbery, but they hit you with a gang enhancement, it's automatically doubled. So it's 10 to 14. I think it is 10 to 16. So yeah.
Right? It wasn't just a murder. It was a murder on behalf of a gang is what they were alleging. And because of that, they sought the death penalty. And you know who's pissed off right now? Detective Danny Polo. This white looking guy, even though apparently he's Cuban. This guy right here is pissed. This guy looks like one of the fucking Foo Fighters. This is the detective who started these investigations. This is the detective who brought in all these gang allegations. This is the man who essentially started this whole witness tampering case that cost Broward County how much money? Just to get thrown out the day before jury, or not even the day of jury selection. This is who costed y'all all that money with his gang expertise after the whole gang shit got thrown out of the case. And then the witness tampering case gets thrown out completely. This is who you can thank for spending all that money up. But hey, an extraordinary win for Ynw Melly today. And I know all the fans are going to be happy and ecstatic about this one. Unfortunately, he's still facing the trial of the murder, and he's been in there for like 7 years, bro. I think the trial is gonna be like next year, It is insane, but a huge victory today for Melly. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake.
Yeah, so that is wild, and so congratulations to Ynw Melly on that. Getting it thrown out the day of the trial is crazy, but uh, we take our wins as we can, but we still got to keep traveling up road. We got to keep climbing that mountain. So best of luck. I don't support the negativity, but I do wish best for everybody. And the best outcomes and everything that's fair. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. You heard it here first. This man's been locked up for 7 years and just went to his first trial and has to wait a whole another year to go to his next trial. That's crazy. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out the merch, plug merch, you feel me? And yeah.